am a man of science, not society. Now go study my brilliance. Go!
If you enjoy science and great storytelling, we've got you covered.
To science!
To science!
This is the Relativity Series from LA Theater Works and the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation, bridging science and the arts in the modern world.
I'm Susan Loewenberg. LA Theater Works presents Franklinland by Lyse, directed by Lyse Erikson, starring Gregory Harrison, Larry Powell, and Kurt Kanazawa. This contemporary comic take on the American Revolution puts the spotlight on the relationship between the brilliant and domineering Ben Franklin and his son, William. As Ben plants the seeds of a new republic, King George III appoints William as royal governor of New Jersey, a change in affairs that creates a revolutionary family rift. And now, Franklinland by Lyse, produced by LA Theater Works.
(1752), Philadelphia.
This is hemp twine. Once it's damp, it becomes an ideal conductor. The fabric on the kite is silk instead of cloth or paper. In these conditions, it'll hold up better from the weather, and we don't have to worry about tearing. Okay, now, listen carefully. This ribbon, it's also silk. I've attached it to the key. The ribbon is what you hold, not the key.
Not the key.
The ribbon must stay dry.
Yes, sir.
You'll stand under the awning and hold the ribbon.
Attached to the key.
The key will attach to the twine to the silk to the sky, and in this way we steal the holy fire of God.
Is it safe?
Of course it's safe.
Okay.
Completely safe.
Okay.
At least in theory.
Oh.
So it's probably safe.
Probably, Father.
Absolutely, positively, without a doubt, safe, most likely. But just in case, you have to remember, keep the ribbon dry. Stay beneath the awning, and whatever you do, don't touch the key.
How will we know if it works?
By touching the key.
But you just said...
Let's not dwell on that part.
But
don't worry about it.
It doesn't sound safe.
Nobody who ever did anything meaningful in life was ever just preoccupied with safety. Now, do you want to do this or not?
Of course.
Think before you answer, because there is no turning back. Once you witness the power I'm about to show you, then you will be so overcome with the beauty and wonder of the natural world that you will have no choice but to dedicate your life to science. Really? Yes, really. For this is how it was with me. As a boy your age, I would look at the sky in constant wonder. Why is the world the way it is? Where does the sun go at night? What are the stars? And do they look at me as I look at them? Talk to me of the rain, O clouds. I know you cry because of condensation and barometric pressure, but why do those things stir such a sadness in you? Is it the love of plants which grow from your tears? Do you know what I mean? I asked you a question.
Oh, sorry, Father. I thought you were still talking to the clouds.
I always am, son. I always am. And so will you, because what I'm proposing today is that lightning is composed of electricity, of a sort that mankind can harvest. That once aloft, this kite will introduce this twine as conductor to a charge that naturally collects in the sky and bring that charge down to this key where we can steal it direct from the heavens. And this will be the greatest discovery in the history of the world, because once stolen, the power will rest in our hands heretofore, not in the hands of God's.
Wow.
You understand what I've said so far?
Indeed. Most of it, anyway. At least the intention behind it. Except I don't understand much of it, or more accurately, any of it. But I believe it. Because I believe what you believe, Father.
Don't say things like that. It makes you sound like a drongo.
Like a what?
A drongo, which means of the laic, tenderfoot, unversed, improperly educated, and ignorant, which I suppose is what you are, but you don't have to go around flaunting it.
But I really do mean it. I believe, despite the very many men who say things to the contrary.
What men?
Oh, you know, people. They say this electric stuff is hokum. They say it's the province of carnivores and dishonest showmen, of the same rank as card tricks and such, sawing a woman in half.
Have you ever sawed a woman in half?
No, sir.
Well, don't knock it till you've tried it.
Yes, sir.
So take a moment and think about whether you're ready to commit yourself so.
I don't need a moment.
Take a moment anyway.
Is that long enough?
As long as you can confidently say what you wish your life to be.
I can, sir, for I want to be just like you.
Maybe you should try to set more reasonable goals. I mean, I'm kind of a hard act to follow, so you should aim a little lower.
No.
No?
No. I am resolved, Father. I was born from greatness, and therefore greatness is my goal.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
Wait, what does that mean? Does that mean you think me capable?
Well, no, but it's nice to have ambitions. Good for you.
Thank you, Father.
You didn't always feel this way.
I do now.
I founded the academy here in Philadelphia in order that you might receive a first-rate education, and yet you refused to attend, didn't you?
Yes, that's true.
What's that about?
Merely that I wasn't prepared. I joined the military instead because I felt I could never truly be in your service unless I developed my own abilities, my own understanding of what it is to be a man. And then I might find a way to stand beside you with the rigor and the commitment and knowledge of why I was there in the first place.
Well, I suppose that's sensible.
But I am here now, Father, and I am committed to undertaking this work with you. I should like to fly a kite with you in any weather. I should like to spend more time with you in general, for I should like more than anything to understand what it is that you do. These explorations that consume your days and your nights, your life, your trade, your dreams, your fears. I want to know everything about you, Father.
When you joined the military, you know what I feared most?
That I will be killed?
No. I was afraid it would turn you into a spineless, spiritless sheep and develop nothing in you but a predisposition to following the orders of dullards and company men. Because despite all evidence to the contrary, there must be some small capacity for greatness within you. After all, heredity alone would indicate an extraordinary potential. Even though your birth mother was a random prostitute, you are still my son, so you should be at least half remarkable, and yet here you are, merely average. But there's time yet. Perhaps you could be more.
I should like to be so, Father.
There is a tract of land to the north, in a place called Nova Scotia. Countless acres of arable coastland, every type of weather imaginable, a veritable greenhouse of every natural wonder that the world has on offer. It was ceded by the French to Britain, and with a blessing from the Royal Society, I believe a parcel of it could be ours, to turn into a haven of scientific discovery and exploration, a happy, fun playground of imagination and possibility, where we will gather the greatest minds from all over the world together in a magnificent, multidisciplinary laboratory. We will have scientists and philosophers and inventors and poets all together eating and drinking and sharing in the great work that each of us endeavors towards each day. All day, every day, just work and science and experimentation and fun. I know, right? We will call it Franklinland. It will not be easy. It will not be swift, but I am prepared to make it my life's work. It will be a monument to human achievement and greatness and inspire hundreds of generations of thinkers and dreamers.
Wow.
Shall I be candid with you?
Please.
I see my life in fractured compartments, like a chiffrobe with 3 separate doors. In one, I place my civic life, things like founding academies, postal work, publishing, and the like. It is work, and it is satisfying in that it's honest labor. But there is a drawer in the chifforobe that hangs higher. The drawer of science and imagination. Because what we can imagine, what we can invent, that is what we are put on this earth to do. To make sense of what is possible in this world so that it might contain all the beautiful visions of our most absurd and fanciful dreams.
There's a third.
What?
You said the chifforobe has 3 doors.
The third. Yes. This one is for earthly delight. Woman and drink and food, love, and, human emotional closeness or whatever. Some might say this is the very point to living. And so I should like very much to find a way to disperse the contents of this drawer and scatter them all around the other 2.
I don't understand.
Have you known a woman?
Yes. Sort of. There was a girl who, but in the end, she didn't really. I have not yet known a woman.
I suspect you probably handled yourself quite a bit, though, right?
Sir?
Handled yourself with your hand on your member and gonads. Don't be ashamed. Shame is for drongos. We aren't put on this earth to be ashamed, but to explore.
Yes, sir.
If you've handled yourself correctly, then you'll at least understand a fraction of what I mean. If you haven't, then let me explain. We are animals, and as animals, we hunger. It is that hunger that propels us forward in life. To build things, to climb trees, to dig caves, and dive in oceans deep in exploration. We do it not simply to test the limits of humankind, but to search for God and meaning in the world around us. Why do we climb mountains? To see what's atop them, to see if we can, to see what the world looks like from that vantage. Without this knowledge, we can never possess true understanding of who we are. Who are you? Who am I? Do you know the answer?
Are we still talking about masturbation?
Yes. Yes, we are. Because for every kite in a storm, for every king in Europe who orders a search of the globe for new worlds to explore, the first and final frontier that must needs be discovered is our self, our mind, our body. If you don't understand yourself, son, then you cannot understand the world. You must know what things feel like. Handle yourself in many ways. Use your right hand. Switch to your left. Use a feather. See what that's like. Running water. Touch every part of yourself. Go slow. Be methodical. Take notes. Find a woman. Touch every part of her. Ask questions. Probe her all around. Take notes on that too. And if there's time left over, you must probe her mind. Repeat, repeat, repeat.
Okay.
Try it with many women. Young women, old women, Pennsylvanians, Virginians, Britons, definitely French women. Try it with a man.
For
science.
Okay.
And that is why a kite in a storm.
What?
A kite in a storm is the same as caressing a woman in a place she has never been caressed. But the woman is the world. We're going to find out what she's capable of.
Wow.
And that is what it means, my son, for you to be my apprentice. Together we shall endeavor upon such glorious explorations which will chart the course of human history and illuminate the greatest mysteries of existence. Are you ready?
Oh my goodness, yes, sir!
Then let's go fly a kite!
"1757. A transatlantic ship.
It's crucial to keep the module steady in order to ascertain an accurate reading.
Yes, sir.
I've taken this journey across the Atlantic 4 times so far. Strangely, the trip eastward has always been substantially quicker, which I attribute to a system of currents, which I've decided to call the Gulf Stream, that seem to manifest based on the temperature of the water. When warmer streams intercede with colder pockets, it creates increased pressure on the waves, resulting in a prevailing propulsivity.
I see.
You do?
Yes, and so these instruments will help us to identify where these warmer currents emerge,
That's right.
thus enabling us to distinguish the breadth and depth of these warmer areas.
Huzzah, son! That's exactly right. And so, of course, you know what that means.
Yeah!
It means we can travel faster.
Oh, yes, of course, we can travel faster.
You do understand why that's... I mean, when I explained why we... You know what? Never mind. It's okay. You're improving, at least.
Thank you, sir.
I have high hopes, my son, for the sort of educational advances you can make in London.
Great.
I remember my first trip to the Isle. Ah, yes. Good old Piccadilly days. Out with the lads in Grosvenor Square. What?
Huzzah!
Huzzah! So, anyway, what's this I hear about Betsy Graham?
Who?
Betsy Graham.
Oh, yeah. Betsy. She's nice.
You've been spending some time with her, eh?
What? No, except from time to time.
You think she's pretty?
Oh, yes.
Wow, okay then. In any case, she seems to be quite enamored of you.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we get along pretty well.
And what are your feelings for her then?
She's just...
Eh?
Okay. Well, the truth is I'm madly in love with her. I get all kinds of sick to my stomach when I'm about to see her, and my feet get swollen, and I get twitchy right here between my eyebrows, so it's not uncommon for me to run away and hide somewhere alone in the dark and cry.
Interesting.
But once I'm actually near her, all of that goes away, and I just want to stare at her forever and never look elsewhere. I have to resist the urge to stick my face in her hair and breathe deeply all her fabulous smells. And, there are these weird moments when I just want to lick her face. It's like really lick it, like a lot. Like just stick my tongue right in her nose holes and everything.
Have you laid with her?
What? No, jeez, man. No, she's not like that. She's an angel.
Aw, she must have been quite sad about your coming with me to England, though, right?
Wait, how do you know so much about her?
Oh, I know much about many things.
Oh, okay.
Her father and I built the Pennsylvania Hospital together and co-founded the colony's first fire insurance company. But he's kind of a weasel and a nincompoop, so basically, we are mortal enemies.
Wait, what?
I spoke with young Betsy the day before we sailed, and she confessed everything about your secret engagement.
She what?
She said you promised her that as soon as you returned from this trip, you'd elope to Graham Park and be with her forever in simpleton peace.
Wait, she told you?
And so I explained that she obviously misunderstood because you and I have more important plans, by which, of course, I mean Franklinland. And I know you know how much that means to me, so why on earth would you make such a contradictory promise? I clarified that you'd never do something like that to me. And so I took the liberty on your behalf of telling her to forget about Graham Park and that your engagement was officially off. I hope you don't mind.
What is the how and the what?
Look, son, I know it hurts. I was in love once, too.
What?
And it didn't work out, but I'm a better man for it.
Hold on, what? Are we talking about Mom?
Your mother? Oh, good God. No. Can you imagine?
Wait, what?
Anyway, this Betsy Graham, son, she's kind of a ninny. I did you a favor.
You never loved Mom?
Pay attention, son. I said your ex-girlfriend is a half-wit and a moron. Move on.
I think I'm going to vomit.
Don't you dare. Franklins don't vomit on boats. We are born sailors.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't understand what you want from me.
I got you a date.
Huh?
There's a girl named Elizabeth Downs. She lives in London. You'll meet her when we arrive. Her father is from Barbados and owns a variety of sugar plantations. He's a wealthy man, but the good kind, not the snobby kind. And his daughter is a gentle, smart, and lovely woman who I'm sure you'll find a kinship with.
Barbados?
Not a native. Don't worry. She's as white as your Betsy. Probably whiter.
Snub.
And her dad knows a guy who knows a guy at the Royal Society who could be an asset in our Nova Scotian request. So, win-win.
Why, Dad?
What do you mean, son?
Am I expected forever to simply do whatever you tell me to do?
Well, not forever, no. But at least until you stop making awful decisions. Now get up on your feet. It's time for the next measurement.
Yes, sir.
I know it's hard, but this is how one learns.
Was it like this with you when you were my age?
Well, no, but I'm Benjamin Franklin, so...
Oh.
1762. London.
Stupid, smoggy Britain. By God, get me out of this place. They have told me we're to sit in the gallery. The gallery! I insisted on a space at the dais. I showed them my arthritic foot and reminded them I'm Benjamin Franklin. But somehow these nebbish dweebs were unpersuaded.
What are you doing?
What, this? Oh, it's nothing. Just a flexible urinary catheter I'm developing. Your uncle has kidney stones, so they typically shove a metal rod up his urethra, and he complains at this. So I thought I'd invent something flexible to provide a slightly less discomforting experience.
What?
See? It bends. You shove this part into your pecker, and it's a little less painful than were it completely rigid.
What?
Never mind. Did you hear what I said? They're making a stand in the gallery with the plebes.
I can ask that you be seated elsewhere.
Oh, sure, you ask. Like that will mean anything. Looks like this George III is going to be a petty one. All that time wasted. Years kissing ass at the Royal Society, and now I have to start all over. Well, fine. Let's just resign ourselves to the gallery, then. I'll change my shoes in anticipation of the mud.
Father, please sit. There's something I have to tell you.
Nonsense. I'll stand. You sit.
No, I insist.
Sit.
Please.
You.
Your foot.
My foot, your foot. Sit.
After you.
What is the matter with you?
I won't be joining you in the gallery this afternoon, Father.
Shut up. You have to attend. Our Nova Scotian request for an acreage in pursuit of Franklinland is still pending. With the new regime, we have to get in on their good side.
It's not that.
If they see me without you, there's a chance they'd say, I wonder where Ben's son is. And someone else might say, who? And the first guy would say, Ben's son, that funny-looking kid. And then they'd say, yes, that is odd. Certainly reflects badly on their prospects for scientific funding.
I'll speak with the king about placing you on the dais.
What?
The reason I can't join you, Father, is that I'm to walk in the procession.
I don't get it.
Can you please put that pecker thing down for a minute? It's freaking me out.
What do you mean you're going to... Huh?
It was told to me this morning that upon coronation, the king will appoint me as the royal governor of His Majesty's colony of New Jersey.
What?
I know.
New Jersey?
I became acquainted with the Buttes at the university. The Pitts contested the authority of the Buttes, who feared the Pitts in such a way that John Pitt did slander John Butte to the king, creating a Buttes-Pitts rift. Meanwhile, I expressed to the Buttes my love of the Buttes and disdain of the Pitts. So when the Pitts fell from favor in favor of the Buttes, then the Buttes did note me a young and pedigreed loyalist, and John Butte recommended me to the king.
New Jersey?
It was my hope that you might be proud at this news.
No. This... Oh, William, the mendacity. This is so brazen. They think by appointing you, it will indent me to the crown. Well, shoo. Appointing you governor of New Jersey?
I don't see it that way.
New Jersey!
Stop saying New Jersey like that.
New Jersey!
It's an important jewel in His Majesty's crown.
New Jersey!
Not everything is about you.
What?
I graduated with top marks. I aligned myself correctly with the Buttes. I earned this.
I'm startled that you can believe that.
It's a pretty decent job, Dad.
No, it's not, or they wouldn't have given it to you.
I have the ear of the king. And you very fortunately have the ear of the royal governor of New Jersey.
You must honorably and graciously decline.
How can you say that?
You must tell the king immediately you can be gracious, just don't govern New Jersey, man. New Jersey! New Jersey! New Jersey! Offer him alternatives, names of others. Say, John Pringle. He'd be perfect, with his fat head up his fat ass.
Or maybe you'd be more pleased to govern it yourself. That's one way to wash from the procession.
I don't want to be governor of New Jersey, dummy. You know who wants to be governor of New Jersey? Nobody! It's New Jersey! And what can a governor do in a monarchy anyway? You're just a symbol. And as a symbol, don't you yet understand what you represent?
I represent
You represent me!
If that's true, then give me the chance to do it honorably. You know, Father, there are ways in which you and I are the very same.
I'm glad you have the confidence to think so.
I have a son.
What?
I have a son. A bastard. In much the same way that you do.
Wait.
I only just learned myself. His name is William, and he was born to a woman on the east side.
Oh, boy.
He is nearly 6 months already. But his face makes it clear he's my son. His mother is a woman I knew often. She's low, but she's not a liar. I know the boy is mine.
Who else knows?
Only you, me, and her.
Where is he?
A foster home where he'll stay. The parents know nothing of me, and they never will.
You can't possibly intend
My
to...
life is in New Jersey.
Oh, William.
I've asked Elizabeth to marry me. She can never learn of it. We'll be wed straight away and then to the governor's mansion in Perth Amboy.
Okay, let's not panic. People impregnate prostitutes all the time.
He's not going to be a part of my life, and he's not going to be a part of yours either. I'm only telling you this because I want you to know how I'm different than you. You were foolish in ways, goodly in others, to bring me out of the whorehouse and into the home of your wife. You might think that's noble, and you might think me ignoble now, but I lived my entire life with the knowledge that I was a curse around your neck. Mistakenly your progeny from a low and unclean mother whose name you can't even bear to tell me, so no! He will be a better William than I, for he will have no burdened father to constantly remind him of his failures. I won't make my son live his life like that.
Oh, come on.
And I can't live my life like that either. Not anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I can't keep doing this, Dad. Serving you, trying to be you. Because I never will. And you know it. I need to do something at last for myself.
But that's what Franklinland is. And it always has been. A place for both of us, where we don't have to be anything else but our own true selves. It is that place for you.
No, it is a place for great men. And I am not great, Father, nor am I destined for greatness if I stay any longer in the shadow of you. For what can I offer these great men of Franklinland besides what I do for you now, every day? Will I simply cook the meals? Change the linens and sheets and chamber pots of the great men in this vision? No. I have to find a way to my own greatness so that I might sit at the table beside you to speak louder, to think bigger, to dream bolder. If not, what am I? I am a father without a son. I am a son who will never be his father. So instead, I shall be His Majesty's Royal Governor of New Jersey. Dad. So, what you thinking?
I don't know, man. I guess I understand.
Wait. What? Really?
Your grandpappy, he insisted I go into printing, just like my brother. I did it a long time, but I had to do it my way, even as they tried to make me do it theirs. I had to run away to Philly just to...
I know, Dad, I know.
Right.
I know everything about you.
Yeah, I guess you do.
Where are you going?
To watch my son walk in a royal procession from the gallery.
I could speak to the king about placing you on the dais.
No. Don't start your tenor with a request to the king that will most certainly be denied.
I had hoped you might say you were proud of me.
I'm proud of you.
Do you really mean that?
Well, do you believe me?
What?
What's more important, that I mean it or that you believe it?
What?
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 I'm confused.
So am I.
"1767, New Jersey.
I was always against the Stamp Act. You know that. Everyone who knows me knows that. But this is politics, and right now we're living in an age of constant crisis and emergency. I was trying to maintain this tenuous peace between crown and colony. But the world is changing, William, and that's just not going to work anymore.
Your Excellency.
What?
In this office, I prefer, for the sake of propriety, to be addressed as Your Excellency.
Oh.
It reminds me that my position is larger merely than myself, that I represent the crown, and it therefore keeps me humble to be identified so.
Ah.
What can I do for you, Father?
Well, Your Humble Excellency, I obviously need a favor.
Great.
I was trying to make everyone happy, but see, it blew up in my face. I made the colonists think I was on the king's side and vice versa, so now everyone hates me. But come on, now they burn effigies of me, call for my ouster.
So what do you want from me?
Well, I need to get back the goodwill of the people, and the best way I can think of to make that happen is to get this Stamp Act repealed. So my plan is I'll go to London and testify before the House of Commons that should it be implemented, I do anticipate an inevitable and bloody American Revolutionary War.
Dad.
What?
You're not serious.
The last thing they want is another war.
So you want to give them one?
Well, no, not yet. Just the threat of one. To make those foppish lords repeal the bloody thing, because now we're ready to fight.
But you're not.
So what?
What does any of this have to do with me?
Well, you've kind of been unreasonable with respect to all of it, William.
Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, sure, that's right. You've been arresting protesters, yes? Intercepting correspondences and trying people for treason and such?
That's my job, yes.
Well, yeah, I'm going to need you to stop doing that.
I don't think you understand how this works, Dad.
Did you issue an arrest warrant for Sam Adams?
Absolutely.
See, that's just ridiculous.
He's leading a boycott on stamps, fomenting dissent, inciting violence. He's a public menace, sitting around in the street getting drunk and shouting, "No taxation without representation."
I like that guy.
You would.
I need you to leave him alone, okay?
Ha!
And I'm going to also need you to back me up and tell the king you've changed your mind about the Stamp Act and that my fears of war are totally true and legitimate.
Yeah, no.
Please.
So you're asking me to tell my boss incorrectly that I'm doing my job poorly?
Huzzah! I knew you'd understand. Your Excellency, you really are good at this after all, aren't you?
You know what, Dad? They'd never believe me if I said that, because I've been so effective. See, because they know I'm a strong, independent governor.
Oh, really?
They know I can take care of New Jersey's affairs on my own. I've done it on my own. I'll continue to do so.
On your own?
Yes. What?
Nothing.
You should have that cough checked out before you sail.
I have.
Nothing serious?
It's fine. I feel better than ever.
You look awful.
No way. I look amazing.
You work too hard.
That, Your Excellency, is why you're a failure.
Oh, I'm a failure.
There's no such thing as working too hard, and if you knew that, you'd be a real man.
I'm the most powerful man in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
I entertain lords and dukes and the best of high society. I eat stuff like buttered lobster and poulet basquez. Plus, I'm even richer than you are now.
That's the poorest ever measure of a man.
What?
What?
What are you trying to say?
If I were trying to say something, I would say it.
Okay.
I would be successful at saying it.
Okay.
But in this instance, I'm actually trying not to say something, though I suspect I'm saying it anyway.
Huh?
Never mind.
That is stupid and meaningless.
No, you're stupid and meaningless. Oh, sorry about that.
What's going on, Dad?
I need your help. I really, really need it. Everything is on the line here. My standing with the colonies and any agency I might continue to possess with the crown. I need to take a stand here, and it has to be dramatic. If not, I'm doomed to an unbendable reputation.
And how do you propose to change that reputation?
Well, you know.
Not by changing the way you do things, right? You'd rather just convince me to lie about you to the world.
Well, I wouldn't put it that way.
I cannot give you the kind of help you're looking for.
But you can.
Yeah, you're right, I can, but I'm not going to.
Hey, so here's something. I got the land grant.
Wait. Franklinland?
Yep, I got it. Years ago, in fact. A year, 2 years, who knows? It all goes by so quickly with nothing to show for it. But it's mine.
Wait. Years and you haven't done anything with it?
It's just been sitting there. Empty. I've just had too much to do. Always too much. It's all just too late for me.
What are you saying?
In northern Italy, there's this guy called Alessandro Volta. Apparently, he's developed an electromagnetic cell, a battery, constructed from naturally occurring metals, zinc and copper, adhered by an electrolytic compound.
Okay.
But get this. The power comes from simply touching the metals together, right? Such poetry in this. It's perhaps why I wasn't a better scientist. I was always better at imagining than doing. That's why I wasn't a better statesman, a better husband, a better father.
Are you trying to... You're trying to trick me into something here, right?
I'll give it to you. All of it. Franklinland. It's yours, 2,000 acres. In exchange for your support in the House of Commons, for your refutation of the Stamp Act.
Shut up.
Son, William, Your Excellency, you can still do what I couldn't. Go start something new on your own. No allegiances to crowns or to countries. No allegiances even to me. Take the land and build a place where you can do anything you might ever dream. Do what I failed to do and make Franklinland your very own.
I don't want it.
You what?
Unbelievable. Did you really think that I'd be tempted by this?
What do you mean? All those years we planned, we dreamed together,
No, Dad, that was you.
But
you really don't know anything about me at all, but I guess that shouldn't surprise me. You'd never care to know, did you? Well, here it is. I don't want your stupid Franklinland dream. I'm doing fine. I like my job. I like my life. But even now, when you need something from me, you can't help but tear me down. Expect more, expect different, expect me to take up the cause of your failures as my own. Well, no, Dad.
I'm giving you a chance at more than just fine. I'm giving you a chance at greatness. I don't want you to ever feel this feeling I'm feeling, this feeling of limping towards the end of your life with nothing to show for it. I was Benjamin Franklin. I had taken fire from the sky, but I left it there. I had the dream, but I didn't make it real, and now it's passed me by, and I will regret that for the rest of my life. This is that moment for you. You can take that dream out of the future and make it the present. Let me say present again, because this is a gift. My gift to you. Land in Nova Scotia. Don't sacrifice it for a job that might not be here in a year.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know what it means. The kingdom is falling, and you're on the wrong side, William. Get out before it's too late. A revolution is coming.
Any revolution will be squashed as soon as it starts.
Don't underestimate the rage of those who live under the thumb of a tyrant.
Oh, man, Dad, I could say the exact same to you.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? That's the only thing you ever taught me. I've never known anything else but how to do what I'm told. How to live in service to authority. Isn't that the only thing you ever care to teach?
Well, see, now that's very interesting.
I know it is. Wait, which part?
Hold on a second.
That's just Dad. That's gross.
Ah, forgive me. You were saying I'm the tyrant?
I mean, I didn't say that exactly. You said that, but now that you say it, it resonates.
You seem to have me at a bit of a disadvantage. And I must concede that I've done some things that in retrospect forgive me. Forgive me. Oh, forgive me, my dear son. I mean, Your Excellency.
Dad, I have a busy day, Father.
Wait, I'm trying to tell you something.
Father, I have some important matters I must attend to.
One last thing.
What is it?
You see, what this Alessandro Volta knew that I envy is that one needn't look to the skies for the power. He found it in rocks. I looked to heaven, but all of that beautiful energy was right here in the ground, beneath my feet. The answer was in the very earth I stood on all along.
I don't get it.
Well, then, maybe you should think about it.
God save the king!
Fuck the king.
1775, Philadelphia.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside let freedom ring.
Those aren't the words.
William, how's it going?
You're singing it wrong, Dad. Those aren't the words.
These are new words.
You know that could be considered treasonous.
You're treasonous.
What are you doing?
Revolting?
You're revolting.
What?
Revolting. You said revolting, and I said, no, you're revolting.
That doesn't make sense, though. You did it wrong. I already said I'm revolting. You can't then say you're revolting. I already said that.
What?
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 Never mind.
Mother says you're headed to Boston?
I'm doing a presentation concert performance demonstrating the glass harmonica in Cambridge. I've done some improvements, and I think it's finally going to catch on.
Massachusetts is under martial law.
Attempted martial law, actually. Martial law would mean you have the law on your side, but Massachusetts is instead now controlled by the Continental Congress, because Lexington and Concord, baby.
That's one tiny victory, but you have no idea what it's just awakened in the king.
Ha! Well, neither do you. We're mobilized, and we're mad. The revolution has officially begun.
You seem pleased.
Not simply pleased, William. I dare say I have an unprecedented erection.
None of it matters.
When you reach my age, William, you'll know that any erection matters deeply.
Do you actually think you can win? With your little muskets and your private militias against the Royal Navy and the best appointed military in the world?
Well, I'm gonna try.
The punishment for treason is hanging. And there's no escaping that.
I know how to escape it.
How?
By winning.
I have orders to find you and arrest you.
So arrest me.
Maybe I will, but first I'd like to try and save you.
Ha!
I mean it, Dad. Run away. It's way too late for you to fix any bit of this, but at least you can run away. That land in Nova Scotia, you still have it, right?
So what?
You're not a politician. You're an inventor, a scientist, a dreamer. That's the only thing you've ever wanted, and I know this because I am everything you are except that. So go and be that thing you are. Invent things, play your electric games, run experiments. Didn't you try to invent a new alphabet that one time?
I stand by that alphabet.
Great!
I mean, it just makes sense.
Fine!
I mean, why is there a Q? What the hell is a Q when you already have a K?
Whatever.
And ING should have its own single goddamn letter. If I know anything at all, I know that much.
Sure.
And what is a C besides a K and sometimes S? It's completely useless.
All good things for you to explore
And don't
elsewhere.
get me started on the W.
Oh, come on.
What?
You need a W if you get rid of the Q.
What for?
Otherwise, what? KU to make a Q? That would just be cool.
You're stupid.
No, I'm not. You are.
Just add an A.
What?
K-U-A-K. quack.
Huzzah, that makes sense.
I know.
But that's what I mean. You can do all of that in Franklinland. You can invent a whole new language if you want, start a brand new world, and be its very first citizen.
That's exactly what I'm doing. But it's even better this time, because the new world is right here, son. The new world is America. Come and build it with me.
What?
Renounce the king. Stand up in solidarity with the Continental Congress. I will speak on your behalf, and they will listen. I can make them accept you as an American.
Right, so that I can be hanged beside you?
No, to fight beside me.
And then to a self-righteous death in service to you? Always about you! No, thank you.
Your son will be there.
What?
Yep. William Temple. He's doing well. He attends a school in Kent. He's been there 2 years now since turning 13, and his marks are excellent.
I know.
I know you know, but did you know that I know?
No.
Well, now you know.
Have you?
I introduced myself to him.
How dare.
He's so great. Just really cute, smart, and oh man, so hilarious.
How dare you?
If you resign your governorship and join my revolution, I will have pride enough to tell him all about you. But I might not. It all depends on how much honor I can describe his father as possessing.
You are not a man.
He fancies the romance of America in much the same way you once did. I know he'll find a place in our revolution.
What do you want?
I remember so fondly those days when you would travel beside me as an apprentice. I should very much like a second chance with a boy of similar curiosities.
What do you want?
He's unmistakably your son, William, but I think he looks more like me.
What do you want?
I want to start the world over. I want to conduct an experiment, and I need assistance. Someone to hold the kite, as it were. For this will be the most important experiment in the history of humankind. It is called the United States of America.
You're out of your mind.
No, I figured it out. I know what the purpose of my life is. All the civic responsibility, the duty, the labor, it's all in service of the same ideal as the kite in the storm. We will test the limits of what human beings are capable of, both on their own and together. We will build a country composed of our own individual voices. One man, one vote, free of kings and legacy. We will see what happens when we build a place devoted to the ideals of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. We will do great things, and we will do awful things, but we will do them all in service of the notion that all human life is an exploration to discover who we really are and of what we are truly capable. It will be Franklinland. But I don't need that tract in Nova Scotia, 'cause I'm taking over this land here instead. All of it. Right now, for this is going to be the greatest invention of my life. I am inventing the United States of America. Please, son, I need you to make that world with me.
You don't need me.
I need you, William. I really do.
Why?
Because you are my son, and I love you. All I've ever wanted was to help you find your way. And I know I did a terrible job. I am sorry about that. I did what I knew how. I was raised the same way that I raised you, and it worked for me because, well, I'm Benjamin Franklin. But I can see now that it didn't work for you because you're not. You're not Benjamin Franklin. You are your own singular, beautiful thing. Not mine, but not the king's either. And this new world, son, it's yours. It's for you. It's all for you.
But you're asking me to...
I'm asking you to lead.
You're asking me to die.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's a possibility. But to die for something beautiful.
Death is never beautiful.
It is if you do it right, son. It is if you do it right. My death will be epic, like holding the key instead of the ribbon. William, I'm asking you to touch the key.
Oh, you want me to be my own man, but the only way you know how to offer it is to tell me yet again to join you, to do merely what you say.
Not this time. I'm not telling you. I'm asking. I'm begging, please, son. I know you're strong now. I'm proud of you. You are an able governor and a loyal man. You will make a fine revolutionary and a great American citizen. And nothing would please me more than to be remembered throughout history as the father of William Franklin. I should endeavor my son to be more like you.
How can you say that when you don't even know who I am?
Then tell me.
I hate you. And I always have. You could ask me anything, and I would do whatever I could to refuse it. If you asked me for £1, I would burn the note in front of you. If you asked me for supper, I would pour it in your lap. If you asked me to join you in heaven, I would just as soon spend the rest of my days in hell. You say you love me? But you don't know what love is. Do you? Yeah, Dad. I really, really do.
Then show me.
Okay. Okay, I will. Come here.
Huh?
Come closer. Over here.
Why?
Just do it. On behalf of His Majesty's Royal Colony of New Jersey, I hereby place you under arrest for high treason and remand you to my immediate and indefinite custody.
What the heck? Oh, damn it. My back.
Whoa, Dad, are you okay?
Get away.
If you go to prison, I can protect you.
Let go.
They're gonna get you, Dad.
Watch the gonads.
If someone else finds you, they're not gonna be so forgiving.
You call this forgiving?
So unfair.
You fight like an Englishman.
Yeah, well, you fight like a scientist. You know, if you lose this war, I'll not be able to help you.
I'm not gonna lose.
They're coming for you, Dad.
They're coming for you too, son.
Let them come.
Good luck to you, sir.
And to you, sir.
$1785. London.
I'm not sure if you've met. Have you met? William Temple, this is William. William, this is William Temple. Most people call him William, too. But I do sometimes refer to him as Temple, or William Temple, or sometimes by some diminutive endearment. But for today's business, in the interest of clarity, let's just call you William, and let's call him Temple. How does that sound?
Yeah, that's sensible. And I should say it is very, I'm so pleased to see you.
I'm pleased to see you too, sir.
Temple and I had some rather important duties in Paris. They're finally ended, so once we're finished here in London, we'll be back in the States soon enough. Hopefully we can repair some of the damage done.
Damage?
Yes. Well, the truth is, the whole endeavor started out with such promise. And I'm not saying it's a failure, but man, this America thing is turning into such a failure. It's all a mess. Maybe you're lucky to have been so emphatically exiled from your homeland.
I'm sorry to hear it's been difficult for you.
George Washington wants to dedicate the bald eagle as our national bird. Can you believe this outrage? The bald eagle. Arrgh! Such an aloof and humorless bird, so cold and inscrutable. 'Tis a dour loner, this eagle.
I'm sure you have a preferred bird in mind.
The turkey! By God! Aye, the turkey is a glorious bird, warm and inviting, full of life, curiosity, passion, capable of feeding a multitude, such a perfect representation of our new country.
Sure. Turkeys are, yes, nice.
And this is their argument precisely. They say it's too nice and therefore informidable. But what do they know? By God, they better hope they never cross a turkey.
Yeah, indeed.
Anywho, I've prepared the paperwork required for the legal dispensation of this transaction. A loan in the amount of £500 from myself, Benjamin Franklin, to you, William Franklin. Temple, do you have... Perfect. Thank you.
I am grateful for this visit. I'm grateful to see you, both of you, and for, of course, for this loan, and
Sure, you need money. I have lots. Lots! You understand, of course, why I must process it as a loan rather than a gift. Your actions were such that had you been successful in your endeavors, I would have had no money whatsoever to share. So it is by simple principle that I must convey this loan with a 5% interest rate compounding annually until the balance is paid.
I do understand. And although I regret the circumstances, I have been looking forward to this visit, for I should hope that we might find a way to move past the past and perhaps...
Hold that thought. What is this? What am I looking at?
Here you are, sir. Your eyeglasses.
Oh, thank you, Temple. William, check this out. These are bifocal glasses. I invented them yesterday. You will notice that the lens is bisected into two separate horizontal areas with alternating values of intensity to account for both near and far-sightedness at the same time. Oh. Temple helped me with the prototype, didn't you, son?
It was nothing.
Nonsense. He was of great value and assistance.
As I was saying before, I would be very eager to find some time with the three of us, and I am so pleased to finally have a chance to...
Let's do this first part. Is that okay?
Yes, of course. Please forgive me.
Good. Everything seems correct. Just look it over, and when you're ready, we can sign. Temple will notarize.
It appears to be in order.
Very well, then. Sign here, here, and here. Well, that seems to be everything. Is there something I'm forgetting?
Yes,
What?
the money.
Of course. How silly of me, yes. That's the entire purpose of this visit, isn't it? How could I forget? Temple, do you have...
Yes, right here.
It's not the...
What?
Not the sole purpose. I should say that I'm very glad to.
Oh, does that mean...
Despite the money, which I...
Are you saying you don't need it?
No, sir, no.
Because we could always, of course...
In fact, the money is regrettably... The money is necessary.
Yes, regrettably. In that case...
Would it be at all possible for us to...
What?
I feel I would very much like to. I'm very glad to see you.
And I. As much as I ever was. Temple?
I'll be just a minute, sir. If that's okay.
Very well.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had to. I'm sorry.
Not at all. Here you are.
You aid him well. It's a skill I never developed.
It's an inconsequential skill.
Perhaps.
It's not true what he said, I should say,
Which part?
about America.
Oh.
To me, it is endlessly exciting. And despite his grumblings, I have great hope.
I'm pleased to hear it.
This America, as conceived, is a thing that will grow and stumble and rise and fall, but only based on our collective will. It is designed to be reflective of we, the people, and so I feel an agency and therefore a responsibility in its creation. For you see, wouldn't it be wonderful if it could be a place of high ideals, of great achievement, a place of freedom and civic pride, a place like your father describes, where we can celebrate the very best parts of humanity with camaraderie and community and empathy.
Yes, it would be.
I shall endeavor to make it so.
I'm sorry I'm unable to share in that with you. The thing is...
Yes?
You first. Sorry.
I was just going to say that.
You first, please.
I own a vast acreage in Nova Scotia, Canada.
Of course you do.
I have not seen it myself, but I am told it is splendid. It lies outside the bounds of the most recent Continental Congress, and the Treaty of Paris allows it an ongoing, untouched independence.
I know.
I have so far found no particular use for this land, but we could meet there. Your exile does not extend so far north, and it is but a few days' travel from Philadelphia. I know the crossing might be difficult, but if you ever find it possible,
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I should be delighted to see you there.
Oh, good.
When? Soon?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yes.
Oh, good. In fact, I have a map of a little-known secret stream in the Atlantic that allows one to travel at greater speeds across the ocean, and...
I know the stream.
Oh.
I will use it.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
I will see you soon, Father.
I look forward to it, son.
This is LA Theatre Works' production of Franklinland by Lyse, directed by Lyse Erikson. Starring Gregory Harrison as Benjamin Franklin, Larry Powell as William Franklin, and Kurt Kanazawa as William Temple Franklin. Prepared for audio by Mark Holden for the Invisible Studios, West Hollywood. Recording engineer, editor, and mixer, Charles Carroll. Sound design, Charles Carroll and Austin Halterman. Senior radio producer, Ron Lipkin. Foley artist, Jeff Gardner. You'll find Franklinland and hundreds of other titles available as downloads and CDs on our website, latw.org. I'm Susan Loewenberg, producing director of LA Theatre Works.